disaster. But the offense is not without blame, Skip, because last year they were, third in league in rushing. This year they're 22nd in the league in rushing. And when you can't run the football, it forces Carson Wentz in a situation where he has to throw the football. You subject him to more hits. But I think the biggest thing is the defense. This is because this is clearly. And they tried to upgrade their defense. They went out and got a Michael Bennett. They signed a Haloti Nada. They've done things. Now, you know, Skip, it's when you win the Super Bowl and you have free agents, it's hard for you to keep them because even if they're not your frontline guys, you start losing your depth. We saw that. That's what happened with the Seattle Seahawks. They weren't getting their core guys, but the guys that backed them up started getting the big paydays. They started leaving. It's just hard. That's why in 52 Super Bowls, you've only had 7 repeats. It's not easy.
Yep.
Because you have to guard against complacency. You have to guard against injury. And so and plus, teams break you down, Skip. They spend the entire offseason. Okay, what did they do really, really well? And the team that beat them or had success against them, what did they do? And so they go back and they implement a game plan, and you're no longer hunting, you're being hunted. Everybody measures their success. You know, that's a very good football team. That's the defending champs. So you get everybody's best effort. You're not sneaking up on anybody. You're the Philadelphia Eagles. And so there are a lot of things that need to go right for you to repeat. But I think when I just look at the defense and where they are compared to where they were last year, Skip, I hardly recognize them. Because the one thing they could do was take the ball away. And now they can't take the ball away. And they can't. And when that happens, when you don't take it away and the offense, sometimes they give it away, you're going to lose. And so I think the biggest, like I said, there's enough blame to go around. But I would say, the number one reason would probably be defense, followed closely by the offense.
That defense is 6th in the league in points allowed. It's not all that bad, right? So really we're going to blame the defense, 6th in the league? I don't know if I can do that. I just know, here's my bottom line to this discussion. There's only one thing that I fear from Philadelphia, especially since you bet 3 cases that they would win the NFC East. There's only one way they're going to win the NFC East, and that is if they replace Carson, W-I-N-C-E, with Nick Foles. That's the only thing I fear as a Cowboy fan is Nick Foles.
Whatever,
because I watched him play back-to-back the 2 best playoff games I've ever seen a quarterback play. NFC Championship game against your Minnesota Vikings in Philly, and then against Tom Brady and Bill Belichick.
That's 2 games.
In your city in the Super Bowl.
That's 2 games.
Yep.
That's 2 games.
Spectacular.
What does his history say?
I don't know. 39-2 that one year under Chip Kelly. 39 touchdowns to
27.
27-2. 27-2. Well, that was pretty great, right?
How long ago that's been?
I don't know. That was pretty great.
Oh, okay.
Nick Foles has a really good record, a good starting record. I don't know. That would be the one where if you made that change, I would be sweating.
No, you'd be happy. Because by no metric, first of all, Carson Wentz is the best quarterback in that division. That's fact. That's not conjecture. That's not innuendo. That's not speculation. That is factual.
So, Carson Wentz has fallen to 10th in the league in QBR after he led.
Where's your quarterback?
Well, we're talking about. Jenny, did you put the Cowboys in this?
I just want to make sure. Where's your? If you don't mind me asking, where's your quarterback in QBR?
So Carson Wentz has fallen to 10th in QBR, and that's quite a bit. He's plummeted by almost 10 notches here from what he was because he's the National Football League. Just below the top 4 of Jarvis Landry and Adam Thielen and Julio Jones and Odell Beckham. And 5th on that list in targets is Zach Ertz, the tight end of the Eagles. When in doubt, throw it to him. Right?
You should.
You just can't. After a while, I was just like scream tweeting the other night. Just triple cover him because he's just going to look for him.
Did they listen?
Huh?
Did they listen?
No, they let him free in the end zone for a touchdown.
It's a lot harder than you think.
Oh, well, not if you really, again, back in the day, Bill Belichick would say, I'll just take him away from you. But that was like 10 years ago.
Okay, but here's the thing, Skip Bayless. You keep telling me that Carson Wentz. Statistically, Jenny, you know he's completing the ball at 11% higher this year than he was last year. Last year he was 60%. This year he's 71%. Can I interest you in 7 or 10 times you throw the football, you complete the pass? He's a half a yard better, yards per attempt. He's 50 yards clear, passing per game. Touchdown to interception ratio is 5 to 3. So he has 15 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Can I interest you in that? 5 to 1, Skip.
So last year, I
okay.
feared Carson W-I-N-C-E when he ran with the football because he's a big old strapping country kid from Dakota, and he could run it, man, because he can take off and hit top speed fairly quickly at, what does he weigh, 250 or
He
60?
outrun Dak.
Yeah. I don't know. About that.
I know.
That could be a good race,
No, it
actually.
won't.
So at this time last year, Carson Wentz had 196 yards rushing. Not bad. This year he's got 96 at this point. So he's 100 yards less because he's coming off knee surgery and they have pounded into his brain. Just fold up. Just fold up. Don't run with it. Don't even risk it. Right?
Yeah.
Okay?
Why would you?
So you're taking away another weapon. You're taking away another threat to a defense.
Be smart.
And it's just easier to defend.
Well, then why doesn't Dak run all the time?
You know what? I don't know why not.
Oh,
I want
you're taking away a weapon. You're taking away a weapon.
Will you please tell Scott Linehan that?
No, I'm asking you. I don't know Scott Linehan. I know you.
Yeah, well, I've been screaming for that. And one of these nights, one of these days, they're going to unleash Dak Prescott. And when they do, like they did against Jacksonville, it was look out below because here he came. And when he gets rolling at 250 pounds, he can run through people.
Yeah, and plus they don't run the ball. If you look at last year, if they'd have got a lead like they got in Tennessee or like they had at Carolina, they could pound you with LeGarrette Blount. They could pound you with Jay Ajayi. Well, LeGarrette Blount's in Detroit and Jay Ajayi tore his ACL. So now they don't have a guy.
Don't tell me. Tell Howie Roseman.
No,
I don't know.
No, Skip.
You're close with him. They're your team.
No, first of all, you can't bring everybody back. So somebody's going to play LeGarrette Blount $4 million a year to be the backup. Will you wish him well and thank him for what he did for you? Okay, they didn't anticipate Jay Ajayi tearing his knee. Those things happen. Like I said, you have to be a little lucky also. Having gone through this, having won back-to-back Super Bowls, you have to get a little lucky. In '98, John pulled his hamstring.
John Elway?
John Elway. What if he had
People don't remember. It's too long ago.
They do know who my quarterback was. You know what? You need to stop, Skip. I'm sorry that your team.
That's ancient history. That's like 30 years ago.
Well, if that was 30 years ago, when was the last time the Cowboys won a Super Bowl? That's even longer.
Yeah,
that's DC.
They won a bunch of them.
Yeah, well, you make it. Hold on.
Yeah.
I think we've won 3 since the last time you guys have won 2 playoff games.
I never know who your we is.
The Broncos.
You're a lot of we's.
The Broncos.
You're just we.
No, don't do that, Skip.
Yeah.
No, that's so unbecoming of you.
Yeah.
You know exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But last year they were 3rd in the league in rushing. This year they're 22nd. So now you can't run out the clock. You subject Carson to more hits because you need him to throw the ball a lot more. But you can't look at that defense and tell me that's the same defense that you saw last year.
Boy, that front 7 is loaded.
Skip.
Darby is really good.
Darby tore his ACL.
Okay, but I'm just saying he was really good up to that point.
What about the takeaways?
Not what they were last year, but a lot of that's luck. Sometimes you get on a roll, sometimes you don't. And what do I tell you? What's the tradition of the Philadelphia Eagles? They are front runners. That's why I've never liked them. In fact, I despise everything about their tradition. They start front running, they get full of themselves, they start chest beating, and right on schedule.
That's what Cowboy fans do all the time, but they haven't won anything. Look at you getting up here and talking about the Cowboys. Y'all win 1 game, and now all of a sudden, we're winning the division.
You want to compare traditions between Cowboys and Eagles?
Oh, hold on.
Because Cowboys have owned Eagles for years and years and years. The Eagles were the doormat of this division for years. And they know it. And they haven't forgotten.
You know what?
They have a doormat mentality.
I really don't know what the Pilgrims originally had for Thanksgiving. I know what I had last year. So what did the Eagles get last year? What the Cowboys got 100 years ago is unimportant to me. What have you done for me lately, Skip Bayless?
Well, what have the Eagles done for you lately?
Super Bowl.
What?
Super Bowl.
They're 4-5. You are what your record says, and it's 4/5.
What about the Cowboys?
Yeah, same.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
And
Cowboys poised for takeoff.
Okay.
Eagles poised for nosedive, right?
you already know you guys going to end it with a thud. You know this, Skip.
I don't know it.
You do know it.
I know they're going to win their last 3 to win the division. That's all I know.
But it's going to be moot because you'll lose. You're going to lose. You're going to go 1-3 in your next 4. And the last 3 won't matter.
Who has the toughest closing schedule in the NFL?
That's why you trade heaven and earth to get number 11 because he's built for with this. Like you said, a big strapping kid from the Dakotas. He used to cold. He used to harsh conditions and terrain.
He shoots poor little birds.
Man, go ahead on, Skip. That's unnecessary. You try to get
Poor little innocent birds.
wrong with
That's what you do in your bye week.
Hold on. You eat chicken?
You eat.
You eat chicken?
Well, they don't get shot. They just get